Now, yentin sim quickly. Yeah, did come bebre. Yeah, spending so much time on this dating with purpose, which except at say didn't come on sir. Akasa dear ya kanyina no. How do I spot say way dear? This is the one. Subane baba bebre. Yadi niema bebre be gu nsani ani but edru ba bia. Ube hu say way dear. He or and I say he or she is the one. And no nyame nkokro na de be ma wo. Is it your personal intuition? I was saying nyame de so ada ye. Kane no na me ne no so da ye ne tutu ba nche ye. You see those things. Eh dey na be hu say this is the one. Ti ye nye bre na ye ni ho no so nkomo kakra. Ye wo bibi pa e kire say we die. Ya sha na so me de ni. Be ma be ka say de Adam hu Eve no ka say me hunam yes ye ha no bibi sa wo ho. I ti we show bi so ma hu say oh we dey e yo no a.
Me that's very brave. The one no. I think say yeah, telenovelas na ya.
Oh.
Any certain Hollywood movies be any Nollywood movies be no. And I created that impression say it's like there is the one, but am I hearing if you say those movies nene a script and it has a purpose.
And see no crowd sometimes I'm fun over and over again. So it's
fun. Yeah. Exactly. See, there is nothing like and almost idea any partners are preconceived I said that planning projecting into it there. It would look perfect. So that is what at the end of the day indoctrinate your youth no. And as any baby
did you imagine
Emma who say there is something like the one.
Oh, okay.
Bibi and who said the one.
Oh sir. Enti me share me kuna na say director share na yera e me kuna na makuma anya oba wo so ware na obeda hu.
Oh, Bibi and who say the one.
There's the one.
The one no na make an fairy tale Cinderella ne those things no. There's nothing like the one.
Okay.
I think a lot of people say that from a place of it comes from a place of what do as a fairy tale experience be seen a music and kind telenovelas movies na no but I say in the movies no they be not on my na e be do a chain say the person had the one be especially man it growing up and you're fantasizing about like I said there's this one person for me I said under a flawless like because in movies no mama who I said the one no he gets you I say it's without effort. I said the one need in fact say I'm on for entering into relationship not reality ni be pay. I said
yes I said TV so they are no more done the do. You could feel who sha say ododo kwa utimi do bi boa wo mo na wani agye ma wo mo nti wo benya anaka
ba na e telling no say what life took from me.
Yes.
We are funny personal you know but in me can scripter obi atena say na what plotty and about 3 people like
then I think say me ntwa no yen so as media people ye di ho for because at the end of the telenovela we sit down and discuss these characters as if say ade a ekoso enti e ba sa na me hwe wo ne fault say menya sa adwen say there should be the one
and also ntina nipa bia ne also wo ho a wo botayema wo ho say ne be ya you are not influenced by TV or share
okay
sana medical yaka because then medical kan when the purpose of something is not known abuse is inevitable say me share TV I watch it for the fun of it but me in fact be free like maybe the series na mission no emu say bia eno na say but we have people who pick their marital lessons, their relational lessons.
You see, may they hold realm because people that the resource person I invite you or more for such discussions, and you'll be akeke. Ube who as see or a seasoned counselor, it be a software, it be you know, there are people that people look up to. Ebi na sorry software near the never TV no so say on discuss what life took from me. So in as much as a TV no, software ne discuss a character no. And trampoline in terms okay, ne son and I will say or don't so ye.
I think se mekai way back UTV na counselor I do matter no baso.
Yes.
And I used to watch the discussion because I like relational stuff. And I used to listen to him. And then I mean when they say his counseling was like, it was something that's like, it spoke about reality. On only the it doesn't curtail and as a condone the fairy tale aspect.
Okay.
Now it talks about it, not all like, you know, he's very passionate, it's not all pointing out, say no, say. So as for him and those times, I can vouch for him, say, or not there. Not baby also or they that's one. Not all yeah. But recently I don't know those who are on scene and then the things that they say.
Okay.
Mean to me and a honey baby. But there's nothing like and kind the one no movies any Cinderella na say or share gown you know those things. No. There's nothing like the one. But who shall be and then your more values no there's that alignment like more vision no. The person accepts you as you are, and the person is willing to grow with you. The person is teachable, you know. And no, and I mean, all those things can help you to come to a point whereby you have decided that this is the one I'm doing it with.
Okay. Again, for clarity's sake, yenim se emma yenyi yeso aware yeso relationship suitors ne doso.
Okay.
Ebia asori mu ubetimi anya member 2 or 3 they will approach you. Adwuma mu 2 or 3. Ebia na wo goals no wo vision no sometimes ubenya 2 3 bia ene omo de esese. Still ebe den wo hu se eye mienu me your baba ko mintimi nware mema mienu. Wo be den ena wo hu se wei ena wo se me ne 2 anamo. Especially a long term.
Long term. Okay. Long term there no it's an amazing can no say me sure say make I say me fapem ne Christ.
Okay.
That is where I take most of my inspiration and I say ne principles na me ankasa personally me building my life on it. Inti how I will know say there nipa way ne way no. It is to pray and wait on him.
Okay.
And for me, I know that genuinely when you seek God, like when you seek him, what kind of ask him, but you find him.
Okay.
And that's so kind Jeremiah 33 say, call unto me and I'll answer you. And I'll tell you great and mightier things that you did not know.
Okay.
Inti nyame kasa.
Okay.
Namizu guso kasa. Inti, I don't think that you of course I shall say maybe I obey confused kakra. But when you begin to seek God and then secondly seek counsel, these two things, no, I believe would get you to a point whereby obitimianya clarity because through the counseling, no, ebia ye baby sao ebia what does Kofi do? And then na Kwame so ye, then na Kwesi ye. Say when ne obi oye counselor na also for penyin bi kasa, oka 1 2 3 I'm sure yetimi omumu bitimi twen wadwen sisu say I think say we anyway no shenenso na mo weni nko ho ye ana we anyway no bo ho mpae. I believe it works.
Okay.
I'll use someone as an example. The person was like, or he was stuck between 2 women. One was very passionate, God-fearing, had standards, and knows what she's about and all that. The other person too, or a Christian, but and yes, I need do like very passionate, but or easygoing, very kind, supportive, godly, as or a godly, and anyway, but not ne. Something within him was telling him to go for. They were passionate, has standards and all. But and also now because as I was saying, that because the person has purpose, the person was very intentional and all. And you know, sometimes when the person is prim and proper and intentional, it can really get to use me cry my brain. But something within him was letting him know that even though say when he seems adding, but on move it towards that direction. At a point where you say no. Maybe let me settle for this. Inti one me so paying because I and they now who is an answer me they no say the panic catcher and say if he really wants her onyante so he should rather go and pray about her to his father who is God and who say one so call God will communicate whatever. God can be that intermediary. There will obviously between her. And God can talk to her and then so or ne way ne kasano. No can say That's what she said. No, say yeah. Because Okatre and also Osan Katre say, I've told God to hide me so deep in him that the person or Beban would have to seek God to find me.
Okay.
But not back on then so like man the problem behind. So I say those two things now Katre and say no. It means that this person who ahotoswo e wo nyame mu say no. Nyame na mde me ho agya no. Enti say if you really could be sami free ne ho. Enti ono de ohun say should go for that person. So that was what propelled, you know, it's like a confirming because not even though say na eno no open na say standards no e na ya anything kakra. Enti nka on ko ye give you up.
Okay.
But I think that sometimes standard is an invitation for you to step up.
Okay.
So be the ebi anu obemi nkita hodi na or the nema tutu akwam say na me ma ade a. Enye ni nyina na sure say bia or the pamo free ne nchen and or the hunehunam. But it's an invitation, indirect invitation that this is what I want, and I want you to step up.
Okay.
It's a test to see that you would step up to meet me in that level. And I say, how fair? And I say, oh, me into me.
Okay.
And the standards, standard only, I keep on saying the standards and principle, care or more ill intent. And there'll be an uncle be hit and run. Also, no. But into onya daje so baba be you know nti unya ka che ne say e bia frame at this point no onye we make I say me share me husband way back no ka say person frame na kasa na me ka che ne say you can call me before 9 until me frame me after 9 after 9 I can't talk to him but before 9 there meeting me near there and then akasa. And it was my standard that I had put in place. One, standard is also to protect me. And then two, to also know that if the person will put in that kind of effort, if the person would like exhibit to me that I'm worth the effort. You know, and I keep on saying, the standard is an invitation to step up. An invitation to climb up higher. But and then, especially, remember, they've had relationship with people are casual. They made it very easy. And your banner say, I mean, some of the standards are bare minimum. They're so basic, but on their own to me. Okay, baby, I say, oh yeah, na afa. And when these I send a message, you can say there's nothing like the one. Okay, shall be the values aligned. There's vision. There's that support, mutual support. You know, the person makes room for your growth. Also making room for the person's growth. The person is teachable. The person is God-fearing. You can build something. It doesn't mean that relationship never flawless. No, mistakes will happen. But because of say these lay down foundations, Nana said the foundations near proper. There's alignment. There's vision. And start to build on and then move on. And see, there's nothing like the one as a chain. No, there's nothing like the one.
Okay, usisia or submission will say obi ohonoma ne past experience be a wenya ntino. Oshia obi a ebi ana ma osho mu nyina no omuni they had weak or no standards at all. Now wabeshia somebody like Mrs. You have standards, you know what you are looking for. And if you say your standards are a bit high, at some point, you know, ne drew wow, but no wait me do any out of form was okay. Nipa we are papa when it's him. But I be a man so many be was so kakra. So let me lower some standards be so na men shadi. And who be here say drew baby ye come my idea. Oba wait me aba form kakra. E dia manipa no.
Okay.
Or at no point should a woman lower her standards. Said they be more can.
They can. Oh, send me kind standards your name or the good it protects you. And I mean, because a standards is an invitation for the I mean, usually a man and it I set standards for the guy to climb up higher. And then I say develop higher consciousness. Usually I know one person who say like am I worth it?
Question when they say I did a video about love bombing and with the explanation most of the men one close friend our friend was like oh say wa ebi ohonoma enye saa but ye hu bi da man bi ohonoma wo bedi na chi with all the good intentions as obetwe mu a nti wo hwe a wo say wo bre then you back off. Ehwano is between nipa no past experience and
then
our
the
standards
present.
no.
The person also has
no one grow,
standards. The person is grown.
Okay.
And see, in such scenarios, no, when you want to lower it a bit, I feel like it's and yet lowering it crack at 0.0, no way.
Okay.
But you know, the person Nipa nankasa also has like self-consciousness, self-awareness. Nipa na also what principles be on so inti ono kwa no. Monkomodiem ne ma who say you don't have to tell the person Nipa no overstepping a boundary.
Okay.
Such a person, no, in dealing with such a person, you can bring your standard down, kakra, because the person doesn't need to be told. On one case the person has developed him or herself dada. And never be anka be chin say be a set boundaries my say no. You will relax. Maybe I can say when a woman is in obi or healthy in the company of a healthy masculine, her softness comes alive. It is sometimes baby sometimes it's a way of protecting herself.
Okay.
Because am I also soft or tender? But the situation whereby we need to like trying we don't feel safe. Because remember, say one of our needs is security.
Yes.
One of our needs is our basic needs is security. Baby, I say feel secure, no. It's not easy to let your guards down, but baby, I feel secure. Why very soft? Why very tender? And make up because so shall be na say nipa so you be on so aye like self-development, self-consciousness, self-awareness. No, you feel like I mean as a meshia medie. And you are able to be soft, you are able to be tender.
Okay.
You know, but baby, as a nipa no just a okay. I just so you know that no, I have to keep the standard until the person gets it. Or until I see the effort and commitment. Me who ahofama as a dedication. Say nipa no really wants to get better, want to step up. Or until now, as I want to know, you don't drop it or shim. But in subconsciously and I say indirectly, we drop it, but no crying. Okay. Because once any nipa no obu or respect or time, then maybe at least what me say, like the person has gone out from being an ordinary person to, let's say, a friend.
Okay.
Because obia mission no conditions am de man obia me hu no oye madam for kakran me man is our conditions. Enti eno na ye de hwe to say me lowa no and I mean lowa no.
Okay.
So I think
yeah, share say ye be hu obi say ye hu say ye ni the one say we die sinimu die ne bi wo ho saa no ye woni ema ba ko mienu bi a wo betimi a hwe hu say nipa we die metimi na kwa achiri waka God as from a Christian point of view ye yi nyame firi mu a enye yi say ye siki nyame mu die no eda nchen a practically yeti wiase ya dodo na so ebo omobra wo wiase eniema be se nan ben na obetimi dia aka ho a be hu se okay se me hu niema ba ko mienu miensa ana se nan ya ebeda di se nipa we metimi na bobra akọ anim.
music can be a vision because vision they directed.
Okay.
Vision directed, purpose directed, values directed. And only and na obia or what purpose say obia or what the quest for growth.
Okay.
Obia or like who say or growth mentality. On chain Emma like on one kasa day in and day out, the person wants to get better. Kobiche way you can say polish to you till you shine. Obia or what that mentality say no. And then no, this is who I am today, but tomorrow I can be better than who I am today. That's that quest for because life is not like any we are growing. Into that dynamism should be there. But obi or static, obi or rigid.
Okay.
Obi o chinchan na setna be den obi o chinchan say sa na metie no but obi a owo like that flexibility no ewo ho obi a like that quest for growth no like growing who to come eden no that kind of obi sa na ebitimi eden ebitimi ene no abobra na mesanka bi obi a oye teachable no obi a want tiase obi o ha tiase mase obi also nenti ase edin esa de bia obebre ade ba ko opese o explain 10,000 reasons why I say when you phone. Bibi sa no bebre. But obi a say or what that's empathy, compassion, kindness. Kindness is a box that you really have to take.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of rich people who are not generous, who are not kind. And see, you have to check for values, vision, teachability, growth, kindness, and understanding.
Okay.
Obi or ye kind. Because ebi mu wiskapans, they are not kind.
Okay.
Almost can be an ere
papa
ni da.
Be man shepe no ba no aye.
Yeah. But you will be also a say or take you along into more ding it and deal with relationship ni na. You should look out for yourself. I keep on saying that the only time that you are permitted to be selfish is when you are choosing who you want to settle with.
Okay.
That's you should be selfish.
Okay.
Why? Because I was so share send pay or better masia. Because one selfish is selfish in a healthier way.
Okay.
You know, also obi a obet nya that ntiase no be all compassion obi a wo ebi mu need to crowd. Obi wo ha wo need to just anya ono a
onfa hwe
because of self one
it dey opese hu onipa ne hu nyina
that is the platform we also be bisasa questions no inkita hunde because me dem ho be emfato ho say at that time no I have this thing that as there what akomemu no ena anoka enti now I was asking a lot of questions. I wanted to see what's in your mind and in your heart because on say you can't lie because my question now got now no adwen ho na say what created the obeka I say yeah kasan let's say we are sitting over dinner or we are having a fun conversation and I'll chip in this so what is this maybe to him there was an innocent question that I was asking but for
you
me
were collecting data
exactly na me data e so maybe so I
okay
those times no a timer would they just say information because one you are dating with intention why you have grown you have assessed yourself strength weakness they obey me they want me what do you want and see that data no work into who hear this data from the person maybe I say what makes you happy maybe what makes you sad so what's your vision where do you see yourself in the next 5 years Sanema way is beyond surface dating no then I'll share my feel ni sanema I used to have a problem with meeting someone the person barely knows me we have not really had memorable moments and the person will text me like I miss you.
What do you miss?
I don't I'm like okay and sometimes the people like I miss you and I'm like no I've not missed you that's the truth because like sometimes we should get out of doing casual things because sometimes this unnecessary I miss you
so
too.
this share 3 days the next morning and
I really miss you
I really miss you I love you we'll be after the first date they love you
exactly I find it to be some way and me as well make a because now I found it to be some way like miss me saying like because if we have built on something that is meaningful, like there's some, but let's say you share 3 days here and I really miss you because and then be able to control it now. I really miss you too. So what do you miss about me? No, not as I done it something can now, not I surface level. One is a communication. One thing leads to the other. One is you are in bed.
Yes,
and you sometimes you can't understand how come you landed there. It was coming subtly kakra in a form of conversation one so anon so someone who is dating with intention when you da baby say like what do you but sometimes and then this means that you can do these things when you are not desperate internet make us say wholeness no appropriate
temper bien
like they all be catch on in a bema with dim. Debbie.
So I miss you, not just any okay.
Because me from my last relationship to my next relationship it took 5 years.
Okay.
Me free my last relationship 2017. I didn't date again. So my husband came in the picture. I did worry. And see, all those moments, and it was just for myself.
Okay.
Focusing on myself, like not me juma, focusing on me juma, me som, like serving my mentors, like na me hubo and paying for na meetie, wise counsel, nesani. So all those things, those times I was working on myself. Into what shema dada, into like into I miss you. Like it doesn't tickle anything within me, you know. And sometimes, so when we are running around with a lot of void, who we are, empty, and I miss you, no, it gets to you. But when I miss you, no, it's so casual. You can see that it's very normal.
Okay.
Bibia side.
Okay.
Any hunting miss man and say, yen share when it comes to mema enkita hodie ewo nkomo bia ni omo ebie ni ehu say that period is for collecting data.
Okay.
And then matching it with what the data that you have to make your final decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your last words, your final submission, I am fan komono enquiry. You collect data ni nyina wie. Ye hu say nipa we de ye ne bobra ebeye. How do you keep such a person finally?
Well, nipa na opesa one no ebobra we hu say e bia confirmations be bibia we hu awie. Communication.
Okay.
Because communication is the lifeline of every relationship. Into a communication amode better so to nurture the relationship na more starting. It's also communication followed by honesty. Any kind say mode BBS because Jenny no that end goal no you are going to be more naked.
Okay.
Naked nekra is not like literal naked, but like bibia bededi. Send you see ebu sikasem ho akontafa. Send you see your niema.
Suban a wodi asie
nyina ebepie. Send you see eye wo niema fa. Cause e bi kra me no mitimi di kenke 2 balls. O see o me kra de kenke de half cry me di half am okay. You know, sir.
Okay.
That kind of enyema no. This is where honesty, rawness.
Ti de wotie no ma ye hu.
De wotie no ma ni hu.
Okay.
Send you see etie. Enfa bibia because okay say obi ho crampo ti mi kwa twa ntro say me ne be ma bia kwa ni ehyiamu da. But me who say sometimes no nipa no opel into na bedu some pempem so da wo ho adi e kire nipa no ma no so e bia me past relationship menya sankita hodie ni bi da but now no me sua nema bebre me pese me call relationship ma butaye den e wo nti say na make say relationship we die me ni be me bia enya ehyiamu
okay
but my nyasa experience ni bida but enko when you bida enko kese bia me a virgin me kwa me ne be me bia ehyiam like be yourself.
Okay,
be yourself, be
now,
the real you.
Can I say be yourself? Nobody counts ni nyina so wasa kan nyina kire beba no ebi ye bifimo ebi ye bifimo
like
especially man tell me say question but me man tell bisa okay ebi a mema do say na wafa being yourself that was nyina woka body count na ade ni nyina
is that really important?
Okay,
because like we are building on something different.
Okay,
we are I've made you known say yeah this is where I'm coming from.
Okay,
and now I want to do things right because yeah they call something celibacy like if I say crave but why not doing say or person de who see her before some be worry and some my baby no or you celibate. You know, and see there's nothing like you are starting on a fresh note.
Okay.
You're not passing into a tree.
Okay.
Because you can be cross off if many or who some isn't really necessary. No, you are starting something. So and I believe that there is a lot, I think I'm most started that journey. And there are a lot of conversations you can have around where you are starting and where you want to go.
Okay.
And see, you have a lot to talk about.
Okay.
So where we are going or where we want to head towards. A day in a bit me to make that one more fruitful, more impactful, more meaningful. A bit me insure, a bit me example be something. That is where our focus should be.
Okay.
Now when in the end all the year then.
Okay.
So I don't think it's necessary. I don't
Okay.
think it's even important.
Okay.
And for me, I think Obama or you matured enough no. On beside all these questions.
Okay.
I just be on the wholeness name you pay and as we insecure. And now you baby. And no baby sad because we all the heading.
Okay.
Like I mean I
Okay.
just don't know.
Okay.
We all the heading.
Okay. And come on the pa na ye kona final. Okay, say from your last relationship to Nyameya Aduma, you got married. It was 5 years. That time, no, you weren't searching. Waiting,
No.
like I say, now the umwesi ho. Ah, now what dream me our so. Ebi ohonoma, you can meet the right person at the wrong time. Is it possible?
Yeah.
Nipa na the right person, pa, but one kasa maybe at this time is about yourself, isn't it?
Yes.
It's Mrs.
It's Mrs.
How do you handle it?
Meeting the right person at the wrong time may happen.
Okay.
On say, Ebia, you put Michelle be the person like, oh yeah, like the boundaries is intact, in the way you're intact. It looks exciting. But your last relationship left you insecure. It left you broken.
Okay.
And see, the person is whole, no bow. But you know that your brokenness can affect the person.
Okay.
Your insecurity can affect the person.
Okay.
And it might drive the person crazy.
Okay.
Because you have not healed. And your experience with your past lover no, is still fresh in your mind. And see, maybe the person is coming from a secure place. Maybe quite a you search that also need a man and kita hudi. But oh friend or say, oh maybe I'm at let's say I'm having a business meeting with Amasewa.
Akoma.
And then now one build, you know, that kind of drama. And that is a secure relationship. But don't say you are using the drama to spoil it. It is a right fit.
Okay.
But at the wrong time.
Okay.
It is sometimes you can be true to yourself. That no, like, let's say you really take my boxes and all that, but honestly, like, I'm not in a good place.
Okay.
And when you are insecure, you know it. When you are broken, when you are having trust issues, you know it. And see, be intentional, and as someone who is purpose driven, you say that no, let me step back and work on myself because you can't give what you don't have. The winning won't mean farmer. And just what's nice no say let me work on myself. And then a mommy insecure because of saying on cannot correct. No, mommy doubting me because I didn't know matching the powers and tisa. Let me give myself time. So honesty and wisdom is important.
Okay.
To navigate this season. That's meeting the right person at the wrong time.
Wrong time.
Two tools to overcome it is honesty and wisdom.
Okay.
And the honesty say you being honest with yourself. So I don't think that I should be in a relationship at this time.
Okay.
And a wisdom to also accept that no, like I really but that is also wisdom.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just work on myself. And I also believe in that, like they say that a thing for you never dies or something. Some way, somehow, it looks to be true because if it is really, really meant to be, some way, somehow, like I didn't encore because when I was single, not me, but I have that confidence in God that, like when this person is for me, especially like my husband, I was very not me with that confidence, like. Because the push was coming at a point, maybe I remember a friend of mine was like, oh, like everything on a day, everything shows. And at that time, people had dreams and all that. But I feel like I've not gotten to the point whereby I'm convinced.
Yeah.
And I wanted that conviction because because I loved counseling right from Nami youth, you know, Nami tiny painful din komo and all that. And they used to tell me that like our area is very demanding. Enti yemfa enya baby I didi agro.
Okay.
Ene saa enyeman. Enti right from the onset, na enya ade na say me treating it casual.
Okay.
Na me treating it with purpose and so much intentionality. Enti like when my friend told me, I was like, no, let me get to the point whereby me am I convinced and me come and the challenges come. I can really differentiate between me and us having a hard time and not thinking if the choice was wrong or right.
Okay.
Because at that point, Nimu, you're already having a hard time. I think I was saying, who say,
Man to me.
man to me bono. The man to me boy itself can torment you
Okay.
to the extent that one here unya any view.
Okay.
Because once your mind is telling you that it is a wrong pick, it will keep on affecting every disagreement, every argument, every challenge.
Okay.
Because it's like when you're stable and convinced in that decision, so any little thing will trigger.
Okay.
But when the conviction is there, the satisfaction, the peace is there, when you're able to no. When the maintain was in the bar, you would know that no, the problem is not the pick.
Okay.
The problem is the issue. Let's trace it to where is the foundation of the problem. Now, so because my pick in the meaning
you are sure of
I'm
what you
sure
picked,
of it,
yeah.
and I heard God. That confirmation was there. And not there. Me So let's tackle it. So you have to have that clarity. So when she was saying, I'm saying no. My menya said they can me who you. They can me who and then me crampo no. At that time I had begun to like him.
Okay.
I was liking him. So when he saw the liking was coming now he wanted it to be like swift. He wanted to know I'm liking him, but I still want to take it gradual.
Okay.
So say me do where me who say I had dear. So please allow. So now they were thinking, and a lot of people too said that used to tell me that your husband is like the person nipa na ope on ne ho efe. A lot of people be quite catch him. So when someone who is really dying to have him, like midi. And for me, I'm also not doing it from a selfish point.
Yeah.
Honestly, me to me, but I'm me convinced.
Okay.
The conviction is not about selfishness and I say flexing, because what's the point? So I remember one time no catching that flexing me. I'm saying no. What's the point flexing you knowing that bibia me much me say you are the right one. Na me flex on na say o sleep free me say na me ye ne den. Na me din kwase ase. And see, please, this is not about flexing. Honestly, it's not about flexing. It goes beyond flexing. I want to be sure.
Okay.
I want to be convinced.
Okay.
Say like I really want to do this with you, and I'm doing it with you no matter what.
To the end.
To the end.
Okay.
And see, enye flexing and I say enye bibiasa.
Okay. And common nyina na yede asi no. One or two words na yemfa ni nyina ensi ha.
Me when say the end goal, which is marriage, the year kind of dating with purpose and intention, I can say without a shadow of doubt, marriage is very demanding.
Okay.
Very demanding. It needs you to be whole, mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and even financially.
Okay.
We have these 5 attributes. It shouldn't be something that you treat it casual, say as a dating for fun. There is no fun anywhere. Until someone we need that, especially young man, because you are going to submit. And pardon me, if you are to submit to a fool, because at the end itself, no, 2 whole people doing it no crano is demanding, and then say be submitting to a nabal who is a fool. So you can imagine it's a suicidal mission.
Yeah.
One way I'll be fair do nothing. One no. And when dating, don't date for fun.
Okay.
There's nothing fun be any baby, because fun akrako bema fun ni na eden. Ati when you so. Okay. You shouldn't be sad and quite the free wild dream. Say no, when I want to date, I should have that deal with nipa no yentna say. This is me, this is you. Eden ye pese ye. Eden ye pese ye de ya bra boy. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where do we want to take the relationship and work towards? Because once there is vision, you guys will be guided.
Okay.
Into the vision should be there.
Okay.
Na munya sa intention, no, munya sa long-term mindedness. Into na make about dating with purpose, and then with the one is so no. There's nothing like the one, as I mentioned. The who TV so ne and the nipa na aboni team na watch about 5 people na atina na omde my ideas so putting it together. And we did so hana we so necessary na we are so nabasa, and they put it together into a very perfect because it's pre-conceived and as a pre-thought into a very perfect.
Okay.
But in reality, no. it's raw.
Okay.
And then I say be emotional and a hormonal reaction be into maybe me bako food na so it's raw. And I hear approach it with that mentality. Say the person that I'm going to pick is not someone who is flawless, and I said the person is imperfect. Perfect.
Okay.
But that alignment needs to be there. That values, that vision, that growth mindedness, that partnership mindedness, godliness, God fearing. No, it should be there. And also stop fantasizing about the one, and focus on yourself, working on yourself to be the one. Because the urban is also the one.
The one, yes.
And see, why don't you also, I don't know, when you see this opportunity to work yourself, because sometimes there can be say, write the list. Let's now pen, short to her, and nya
ti dia wo so your bad dia wo pa free be man mu
list is all listening na. I mean, be true to yourself. Tenase, na say me obi a oye genuine, me obi oye kind, obi obe so me mu. Because and then life happens. And ya make no conversation. Se be ma de bi okoba na da ko na se ne mayem no anye pepepa. Obetini aso ni mu. Enti sanema we nyina no it should be there. Na sa we na say men na financial plan na e may be one. Ye sanema nyina iden. If we should also work at becoming the one.
Okay.
Because Obi go and say, on working on herself and I say himself. On then you go where we are saying, me dear, I'm looking for the one.
Okay.
Me dear, the one na me shishe.
Okay.
No, we don't do that.
Okay.
You also work on yourself.
Okay.
Becoming the one.
Okay.
And you work yourself, the other person has also worked on yourself. Once a share na. I pepe be about there's like alignment. I say that kind of more values, no, a click, that kind of purpose. No, was brand name almost a movie like a flow. It can be say a flow connection right from now synergy. No, I say way a weakness, be a way strength because way boy way what I say baby on to me who say oh I say no I'm out here say anke baby I say if you say anke once I say like a movie is just going from like one pace to the other to become a very successful relationship. And to me find show him say a successful relationship without flaws. No, there's flaws, but you work through it.
Okay.
You work in it with the right tools, with wisdom and total dependence on God. Wouldn't mean yet our real and our relationship without God. It's not there. Because then you see kind of real idea. You cannot do it without him, especially his principles. Because there will be also so nipa bi o ka on shede hu erade nwie sa ni nyinimu no but that principles no like that commitment, selflessness, dedication, support. Sane manewo. And also team ma reading. HIV.
Thank you for your time. And now they are school pa me did say her for her so eni anje yeda se ene wo futu ene omre. Me dia ma fa titim say o say obi eni ho ye the one sinimu asem. Na emom sa wo hwehwe the one. Say de hu no sininu mu a and there was work on becoming the one. And again, or say relationship or any dating, we don't do for the fun of it. Obia will be in tea, also removing no, you date with a purpose. We just say gomwe, and come out for to near Quanchebre every moon. Many Mrs. Priscilla Agyemang Duah or your bower for Papa B, mother of one. Public servant, and again, wasan you be a odonya me pa esan so a peer counselor. Mene no enetna sia yede enkomotwetwe ebrewo wey a heart to heart conversation. Midin e de amase WhatsApp from me antiama kai se aha a YouTube channel a brebia wo ba ha no ma wo benye enkomo eti sei bi na watie na etimi aboa wabrabo ya kai. So be like page and wa subscribe na wa share na for from so enya so emfa so da from ye de nkomo eti say bi so be sign abesom ye da say